The 6-2 to start on serve. A good pancake by Mori, and Carlini's able to send it over. And that time Carlini could not get it up, and Sarah Burrington quietly having a very good match. That's her 6th kill already.
Yeah, and even when Florida State couldn't get things going in the first set, I mean, it was really Burrington who was going on all cylinders. She was still able to manufacture her own kills by staying up in transition in the middle.
Good serve driving Mori to the back line. Punched up by Walsh. What a dig. What a second touch, and even Medic had to work hard for the third. Go back to Courtney Thomas, and Florida State earned themselves that point with their hustle.
I mean, great hustle, staying after the ball. I mean, look at how far Mosher had to go just to keep this ball alive, and even Medic getting down to keep that ball in play and keep it inside the antenna. Remember, in order for it to be in play, it has to stay inside of both of the antennas over the net.
And Walsh with another one-handed diving dig. Keeps that point alive. Thomas, her 3rd swing already here in the 3rd set. Anne-Marie Hickey misread that. Saw that coming in off the arm of Elise Walsh. Thought it was sailing out. That had some dip on it as it went to the corner.
You know, right now the Florida State block is doing a good job getting touches. Even though it might not be a solid block, they're slowing the ball down so that their defense can play behind it and keep the ball alive right now. That's a part of having a big physical block.
First player to double-digit kills. That's Dominique Thompson with her 10th on 19 swings. And that's good balance, too. 19, the 2nd most attacks for Wisconsin, coming out of the middle.
You know, she's coming up. She's hitting very fast. I mean, look at her going up and attacking that ball out of the air. I mean, she really gets it when the ball's at its highest point. Right now, the timing is on between her and Carlini.
Back to Morales. Good coverage by Thomas. Really ended up lifting it, but played it up clean. Joust at the net, and the 5'7" Morales wins it. We keep talking about the height. It's just so impressive to see at 5'7" the athleticism of getting over the 6'5" Burrington, the 6'5" Walsh. And
that's an eye play. You got to keep your eye on the ball when you're up at the net. Burrington and Walsh both took their eyes off the ball, and they should have stayed on it. They would have had that block.
Good kill by Medic on the outside for a Florida State side up. Preseason All-ACC, the senior out of Serbia, now in her 2nd season with the Noles. Good pass by Hickey, allows Carlini to go over on 2, but Medic continues to play good defense. Dove to dig that ball up. 11 kills for Thompson. She continues to do it.
And she's doing it all over the net. I mean, she's getting up behind the setter. She's going in front, too. I mean, she's being very aggressive with her calls. That time, a little bit of a late block by Sarah Burrington. She's able to use it as Burrington's coming down.
Very efficient, 421 so far for Dominique. Walsh high off the block. Now Nicole Walsh on the other side. That time a kill. Pick it up where she left off in the 2nd.
I like the tempo that time that Wickstrom is setting with. I mean, she gets the ball out very quick. Look at this. The block is late. The seam is there because there's a lot of great tempo on the set coming outside to Walsh.
Hickey and Morales were there on the back line, but Burrington splits the seam for the service ace.
In Wisconsin, they only pass with 2. Right now, Courtney Thomas, you see her back there, but she's hiding. She's not actually going to make a play on the ball. So that's a communication error that time by Morales and Hickey.
Much better pass that time for the back line of Wisconsin. Chapman, a lot of open space down the line. They didn't play her down the line that time. She ended up getting the kill.
It looks like right now Florida State has made the decision to give Chapman some line, see if she's going to hit it. But other than that, they want to bring Elise Walsh in. They want her to block cross court because a lot of the swings that we've seen from Chapman have been cross court.
And Thompson, who just went to the bench, probably has something to do with that as well, as they maybe thought to cheat a little bit on Dominique after she's having such a good match. Nicole Walsh is stuffed. Wisconsin's 3rd block of the night.
And that's a good wait and hold by the Wisconsin defense that time. And that was Carlini making a good decision, holding that block inside against Walsh.
Medic. Nicole Walsh. There was a Badger in the net. It was Carlini anyway, so Florida State is able to side up. Lauren Carlini had committed to Pete Waite when she was a high school freshman in '09, never considered going anywhere else. Even after Waite was forced to resign last year, Sheffield came in.
It's crazy to think that as a freshman you would know exactly where you want to go. She's just that kind of kid. I mean, she's been watching film of herself since club and high school days.
Wisconsin gets the point. They're back within one. It was funny when we asked Lauren, why did you commit so early, or why did you know you wanted to go to Wisconsin? And she said, when I was younger, there was somebody with the last name Carlini on Wisconsin with no relation. I just thought, oh, Wisconsin. And from then on, she was just enamored with Wisconsin volleyball.
So for all those recruiters and assistants out there, just know that you have nothing to do with where these 17 and 18-year-olds choose to go to college. It has nothing to do with you.
Just the little things. It's the little things. Carlini with a drive, but out of bounds. Florida State jumps back on top. Maybe she loves Bucky. I mean,
who doesn't love
Bucky? Just awesome. Trading service errors, tied up at 8 apiece. So here's Ellen Chapman now to serve for Wisconsin. That means Morales is back up front. Carlini still in the back row with 3 attack options. Out of the back row, Nicole Walsh. Haven't seen a ton of it so far tonight, but that time good for a kill, and Nicole has 9.
And I like the decision by Haley Luke. Even though that was a great pass, good 2 pass, she decides to go with the back row attack because she knows that Wisconsin is not expecting it.
Excuse me, that's the 10th for Nicole Walsh. She leads the Seminoles. Great serve by Mosher. Banged it down right into the middle of the floor. That was a line drive that died.
Yeah, and just dropped out. The bottom dropped off of this serve. And with only 2 passers back there for Wisconsin, that's a lot of ground to cover, especially if that serve is going to die in front of you. You can't really judge it.
And the fact that she stands about 10 feet behind the service line, that has a lot to do with how tough it is as a passer to play that up when there's so much time for a knuckle or whatever movement to develop. We're seeing a lot of high-risk, high-reward serving on both sides tonight.
Great passing, too. I mean, both teams are doing a good job with ball control, despite the fact that they're both serving out of their minds.
Carlini's out, Thomas in, and now Thomas trying to get a little cute and go in on 2. Ends up misfiring. Number Thomas has been the center the last 2 years until this season with Carlini coming in. Over 2,000 assists in her career. Thomas started at center a bunch of matches early in the season because Carlini was out with an injury, and that's the other storyline for the Badgers. A lot of injuries early in the season. Thompson back into the front row and back on the attack. Medic with a changeup, diving save by Carlini, and a free ball coming. Back to Medic, took something off that. Mosher and Walsh were both going for it. You heard Walsh yell. That may have played a role in Mosher kind of backing off.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. And it was a really good set, too, by Carlini. But you see both girls going for it. Someone has to make a play. But that's exactly how you're supposed to cross on defense. Someone's supposed to take that short seam. Someone's supposed to take the deep. But, of course, someone has to make the play at the end of the day.
Overpass by Walsh, and Thompson with her 12th kill of the night, still hitting over 400.
Well, this is just what hitters wait on, a good overpass so you can get a quick swing, snapping with your wrist, hitting it with inside the 10-foot line and getting a kill.
Medic, blocked back and down. Thompson, Carlini with the block for the Wisconsin lead.
And we talk about Thompson so much on the offensive end. Well, how about that close? If she hadn't got her hands back over and pressed to the middle of the court, that would not have been a block. It would have fallen down on Wisconsin's side.
First lead for the Badgers in the 3rd. Medic, what a save on the back line by Mori. Morales blocked back. Goes back to Demi. Cole Walsh there. Medic off the block. Boy, great effort defensively by the Badgers, but Medic gets the kill.
You know, that's the kind of defense that can really frustrate hitters. Just when you think you've got a kill, to just see that dig getting up off the ground, but then again, Medic walks right back in there. She stays after it, and she's able to get a touch off of the block on her second swing.
Good pass by Hickey. Morales off the net that time. Able to use the block. You like it with shorter attack? How tough is it for you when you're blocking with a shorter attacker like that? A, off the net, and B, with the tempo.
Shorter attackers, they're a lot more deceptive. They're really smart when you get them off of the net, and that's a key for Carlini right now, to make sure that she does not put Morales in tight set situations when she's going up against Elise Walsh.
Speaking of Elise, banged it off the line, Judge, so he knows that's out. Wisconsin with a good push here. They're tied at 8.
And something we don't really see much, Elise Walsh, she's struggling a little bit tonight to get it going offensively. She's trying to find whatever her rhythm is on that right pin.
Backside for Thompson. Good dig by Medic. She's playing really well the last 2 sets. Nicole Wong, good snap on that one out of the back row. Dug by Hickey. Here is Chapman. Walsh the dig and the attack. Saved up. Free ball, Florida State. Badgers in transition. Carlini to Thompson. Dug up. Thompson has to set this one. Chapman punches it over. The longest rally of the match. Mosier digs it up. Huge momentum point here in the third. Thompson, block back. Carlini plays it up. Chapman on the outside. That's dug up. Nearly down. It is for Wisconsin.